Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. What an intro. I've got my green smoothie. I just choked on a chia seed. All right, we're good. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It is Wednesday, January 12th. We're live, and we've got an awesome guest. I'm excited to hear from her all the way up from Canada. Her name's Jill. We're going to bring her on in a second. If you are newer to our community, a couple quick things. First of all, you can text the letters WUL to get a text message reminder every time we go live. So you send a text with the message of the text should just say WUL to 813-296-8553. You'll get a text message reminder every single day, Monday through Friday when we go live. All right. And that just makes sure that you don't miss an episode. All right. The other thing, if you would like to get some merch, a lot of people ask us, how do I get merch? Where do I get merch? You can get shirts just like this at belegendary.shop. All right. We're not trying to make a bunch of money off of our merch. It's not a big revenue stream for us, but we do love when people are sporting our gear. And yeah, so you can find that right there on belegendary.shop. Okay, so let's introduce, and for those of you who are here with us live, if you can give us some sort of clapping emoji or some sort of wave or hello to our guest, Jill. What is up?
How's it going?
It's good. Things are going well. I'm still getting going. I'm choking on a smoothie, on a green smoothie, and yeah, tell us a little bit about you. I'm excited that you're on the show. You've been killing it lately.
Thank you.
You're on fire, 150,000 subscribers in like 3 months or something.
Yeah.
Tell us about how you found Legendary. Had you tried any other things? What's the journey been like so far?
Yeah, so it's been crazy. I struggled with some addiction issues over the past few years, and in early 2021, I got sober, and I took probably 6 to 8 months off to get sober. And when the summer was coming to an end, and it was time for me to go back to my job, I just felt that I had overcome something so huge, and I had this blank slate of a life in front of me that, it was like the world was mine all of a sudden. And I didn't want to just have an average 9 to 5, I worked hard to get where I am, and I want to make the most of it. Right. So I started researching into what the best online business models were. And I tried a few different things. I had a mentor that was teaching me how to do drop shipping and Amazon FBA and, all the whole NFT boom now. I've been kind of looking into that. But when I found Legendary and I took the course, it really just the best way to put it is that it really opened my eyes to how easy it actually could be to, set yourself up online and start, promoting and making money. And it was probably one of the best things that I ever did. So yeah, I'm really glad that I found Legendary. And that's one of the huge reasons why I like to promote it, because I want other people who were in the same situation that I was in, not knowing where to start and having no experience whatsoever. I want to be able to show them the way like someone else showed me the way. So yeah.
Very cool. I love that. What, so you found us in October. How long have you been sober, by the way?
So I have been sober this month. This month on the 25th, it'll be 9 months.
Cool. Congrats. That's awesome.
Thank you.
We know a lot about sobriety. We have a lot of people who are drawn to our community, I think, because of Dave's story as a recovering addict. And yeah, that's really cool. And it's one of the more enjoyable things for me about our community is having people who are on that journey, even though I've never had that journey specifically.
Right.
It's just such a powerful, I don't know, there's just something really powerful about the combination of, that personal development aspect. It's kind of, it doesn't do it justice to call it personal development, because it's actually just like a full life change,
Totally.
And that combined with the full life change of creating a really cool, profitable online business that changes somebody's life completely,
Yeah.
and you're now making really life-changing money in the
Yeah.
last 30 days. I mean, you're killing it. And so my question is, when you found Legendary in October, what was that like, getting into the training, discovering our community? What stood out to you?
So, like, when I say I had no experience with online business, I really mean like I had no idea, what the possibilities even were. And that's one of the things that I try to explain to people when I promote the course is that, like, not only do you learn a ton of amazing stuff about affiliate marketing, but just the like foundational knowledge that I learned about starting an online business, like I didn't even know what copywriting was, I didn't know,
Right.
I had no idea. And like as an affiliate marketer, especially, that's a huge part of your business, and it's a
Yeah.
huge part of any online business, really. Like that's like a core factor that you have to, get better at to, promote and get more traction and attract more leads, right? So yeah, like going through the course, and like I think one of the best parts was that you got, like, it's not like something where someone signs up and you've got their money now and it's like goodbye forever. Like you have to, you meet with a business advisor and you can ask them anything you want and they walk you through a bunch of different stuff. And I think that, as well as the community that I was, signing up to be a part of, and that continues to help me every single day with, various things pertaining to either, the affiliate marketing process or even social media. Because, as an affiliate marketer, social media is, if you don't want to be paying for ads, social media is the most like integral part of your business, right? Like
Yep.
you need to understand the algorithms on each platform, what you need a specific strategy for each platform. And that's something that
Right.
me personally, I'm still working on. I've mostly just been focusing on TikTok for now because that's, where I've had a lot of growth, which is, I mean, we can
Yep.
talk about that too. TikTok is like a once in a lifetime opportunity right now for everyone, right? So
Totally.
yeah, like just the amount of like communication there was with the team at Legendary and with the community, Legendary's community, that was what set it apart for me.
Yeah. That's what sets it apart for everybody, it seems like, is
Yeah.
especially with promoting and stuff on social media and creating, well, I would say, especially with when people have problems or issues or headaches or they can't quite figure it out, man, you can just ask a couple people in our community who had success, and it's like, oh my gosh, they
Yeah.
responded to me. This is crazy.
Yeah.
It's an
It's so
interesting
true.
thing. It's a
Yeah.
it's a very unique thing. I mean, it's that doesn't really exist in the world of drop shipping and
Nope.
Amazon, and in those communities, it's very like you hold whatever you learn tight
Every
to your
man for
chest.
themselves. Yeah.
Yes. It's like this is cutthroat, and I'm not giving you away any secrets or nothing.
Yeah.
But I think the nice part, and our industry, this industry, because I've been around it for so long, I've been in this industry for 10 years. I think there were days when people would do that. And I've been part of communities that weren't like that in this industry and in this business model. And I think specifically a few things play into that. One, I think the opportunity is just so big that
Yeah.
it's like, um, yeah, the opportunity on TikTok and other social media platforms, specifically TikTok right now, I would say, is
Yeah.
just so massive that it's like there's really not that much competition. It's
Totally.
just it's just there's endless people joining TikTok every single day. So there's a brand every morning that you wake up with this brand new massive pool of people who have never heard or seen or discovered anything to do with affiliate marketing or anything really. I mean,
Yeah.
if you think about like dog training, I mean, there's dog owners joining TikTok every single day who have
Yep.
never purchased a course online, and then boom, like it's there and you're in front of them immediately. So I just think the opportunity is so big that it just causes most people in our community to just be like, hey, there's barely competition the way that it is. It's just not that big of a deal. And
Totally.
I really appreciate, for any of our affiliates or any of our clients who are helping others, we really appreciate that on our end, because it makes the synergy of our group and of our community so much better. There's bigger
Yes.
communities out there online, but man, it's really hard to find something like that. That's really cool.
Yeah,
What
for sure.
when you began in the, let's shift to content world, because you're doing really well in terms of just growth. And sometimes people nowadays are like, well, the growth is slower. I've been hearing this, Jill, since for probably 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, the TikTok growth is slower now. The algorithm changed, and now views are down. And this happens
Yeah.
every single month, and it has been for the last year and a half. I get these messages, I get posts in the Facebook group and all this stuff, and oh my gosh, it's over, TikTok is done.
Yeah.
And then somebody like you comes along and starts posting videos in late October of 2020 or 2021, so 2.5, 3 months ago,
Yeah.
and you're at 150,000 followers and blowing up. I mean, videos with hundreds of thousands, one video with over a million views, and just tons and tons and tons of lead flow. Um, what has that content creation part been like for you? Has it been hard? Has it been difficult? Has it been a struggle? What's that been like?
So, to be quite honest, content creation is like my favorite part of this entire journey.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I
So,
love that.
and honestly, I don't know. I mean, if you've been doing this for a while, you might have it like, there are definitely specific strategies that will help you, like using specific hooks and there's like a whole Easter egg thing now that people are doing where they like add something into their video that like that makes people want to comment and be like, what's going on there,
Mhm.
but realistically, we're really all just winging it. You know what I mean? We are winging it for the most part, especially at the beginning,
Yep.
like, so my biggest thing was, okay, I don't want to put my face on camera. I don't want to put myself out there until everything's perfect, And that was just like, no, that's not how it works. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, if you go that route, you're never going to get the experience you need to like
Mm,
level up, first of all. And
yep.
second of all, people want to come on that journey with you, like people want to see like you go from A to B and see like, what you did to get there and all that different kind of stuff, right? So it's really just about trial and error and figuring out what works for you, right? Like and there's a bunch of different strategies that you can kind of incorporate, but realistically, you're not going to learn as much as you will if you just start. You just have to start. You know what I mean? Like that's the bottom line. That's anyway what I have learned. And that's been the thing that's, helped me kind of get out of my head when it comes to making content if I like don't know if it's good enough or that kind of thing, right? Like it's
Yep.
just, and also like we were saying before, each platform has a very different strategy, right? Like so Instagram
Right.
Instagram, you've got your feed where all of the people that you follow come up. TikTok's not like that, TikTok, there's no feed with only people that you follow. So there's your video strategy, your short video strategy needs to be a lot different, and you're going to end up repeating yourself. You want to repeat yourself a lot more because there's a lot of your followers that won't see all of your videos. And there's a lot of new people who are seeing your video for the first time every single time you post, right? And if we incorporate marketing the rule of sevens, people need to hear your message 7 times before,
Mm,
they feel comfortable enough knowing you, liking you, and trusting you to, give something that you're recommending a try, right? So it's all about, like for TikTok, that for me, it's all about repetition, figuring out which videos are doing well, trying to recreate that, like that
yep.
video that you were just talking about that hit over 1 million views. I like It's so crazy to me how, like, and you probably know this too, having made content on TikTok, but it's like you'll spend an hour on a video and it'll get no views, and then you'll pop one off in like a second and it goes viral. And it's like, okay, and that video that has over 1 million views, it wasn't necessarily specifically focusing on affiliate marketing. It was within my niche of, making money online or making money and that financial mindset and stuff. And it was so shaky. I didn't even have a tripod yet. Right. But something resonated, it resonated, and that was that. It kind of just blew up. And that's, I think, the most, the stuff that has the biggest takeaways is, stuff like that, when you don't put so much into it and have these expectations that are gonna, that it's gonna do really, really well, and then it doesn't, because that's another big part of this, is managing expectations and emotions, because
yes,
it's a very real thing. Like, getting likes and followers and stuff, it's scientifically proven that this gives you a hit of dopamine in your mind, So I was riding that wave for a while. I would open my TikTok every hour, hundreds of new followers. And then once it slowed down, I'm like, oh, and so that's another thing I've been learning to kind of manage those levels. Because, it's not every day, not every video is going to be like that, and you need to be able to, coast and be able to, okay, re-strategize. Where am I at? Where do I want to go? What's my message?
Oh, so much good. Oh, so much good stuff right there. The way that you talk, I can tell that you're really into the marketing. Like, for somebody who's not so for somebody who's newer to like the marketing industry, to be talking about know, like, and trust, to be talking about the law of sevens, like all of that stuff, I could just tell that that's at the top of your mind, and you've sort of you've went head first straight into it.
Oh yeah.
The funny part is like, sometimes we talk about and I don't know, I'm not trying to pin you down as like having an addictive personality, but like,
oh no, that's quite all right. You can pin me down like that.
Well, we just talk about like how I've talked about this with a few different people who've gone into recovery but are in this industry, and like, it's a cool thing for me to watch somebody harness that part of their personality into something super productive, right? Like, what if I could take that whole piece of me and sort of supercharge it into like a business where I could become, sort of, if I have that piece of me that still needs to be fed or something, like, what if I just became a freak of marketing, like a total, like, go crazy into marketing and sales, and how do I get more leads, and something that's like, this really has a ton of monetary value and is a skill that like will pay me forever and ever and ever, because these skills are so transferable.
Totally. 100%. Yeah. And I could not agree with that more. Like, one of other than content creation, another one of my favorite parts of being in this industry is that it's constantly changing, right? And throughout recovery, I got used to self-development, trying to read something new every day, learn something new every day about the world or about myself. And I definitely have transferred those skills over to my business. Like, I love each day, I'll go on Google, I'm looking around, I'm reading new blog posts, watching new videos. A ton of the people that I follow, I feel like TikTok's algorithm is so specific. I need like different accounts for like when I want to watch different things, because if you watch too much of one thing, that's all you're going to see. You know what I mean? So my personal account is, what got me where I found the original person who actually recommended, was promoting Legendary. So my personal account, that's where I see all my business stuff. And it's like, I love just, taking an hour and I love to do it, but it's also a really good idea if you're, an affiliate marketer, a digital marketer, if you're in this industry, to kind of take some time each week and just look through, what other people are doing, look through the accounts that give you tips on TikTok, the ones that help you grow, help you strategize. Like, that is, I feel like it's so important, so like, just really head first into everything. Want it all.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like that. When you're creating content, do you have some form of like structure? Are you relatively unstructured? Do you like to plan stuff out? Do you shoot from the hip?
I am still working on getting that organized. So I have a general like idea of the way that my videos are structured. So basically it's like give the hook, the attention grabber, that thing that's going to make them keep watching, and then all of the information kind of in a backwards order so that you're building up to the big golden nugget, and then a call
Yep.
to action.
Yep.
So that's my main video frame for most of my videos anyway, most of my informational ones anyway. If it's, sometimes I'll jump on a trend or, trending sound, that's a huge way to get growth.
Yep.
But I do, for the most part, find that I work well under pressure, and I kind of just I'm working on this because it's actually not really productive in other parts of my life. But I
Sure.
am a bit of a procrastinator, and I do like to do things a little bit last minute, and I find that for whatever reason works well for me. But I am working on a new strategy for each social media platform right now, and that whole strategy involves having to be more organized and more, like managing my time better. So
Yeah.
yeah, for now, definitely shooting from the hip.
Yeah.
But yes, working on that
That's
for sure.
that's a little that's fine. That's normal. There's different personalities, and you have to figure out what are the realms in life where that's okay to do, and what are the realms where it's like this is not serving me. And
Yeah.
I like what you said, like there's certain areas of my life where this is not
Not,
serving me,
yeah.
and that's really good self-awareness,
Yeah.
because I've had the same thing where it's like, okay, I get this part of me, I get that I want to function this way, but I actually need like some coaching and some development to like grow, I guess. But
Structure.
I have that same thing where like I really enjoy more shooting from the hip. I have a hard time getting into a set structure, probably because of some of my upbringing. I don't know. I don't know why
Yeah.
that is, but I very much resonate with that. The reason I asked that question is just because there's a lot of people on here um, who have different types of personalities, and it's helpful. I think it's helpful for me knowing that there's other people out there like me who are like also maybe a little shoot from the hip and have had huge success, because there's also a lot of people who are out there who do all of the structured stuff all the time, and when they're doing all the structure, I'm like, I don't even know how the hell to do that. Like,
Yeah.
clearly, this is my excuse to not be successful. And the more that we chat with people like you, there's lots of people like you who have that too. Um, it's just cool, and it's powerful for our whole community to see that. I'm curious, have you ever used a little tool called Trend Talk? Have you heard of
Yes,
that?
I use Trend Talk. I pay for Trend Talk. I love it.
Okay. Yeah, Jamie just asked, is it worth is paying for it worth it? You think so?
Yes, personally, I do think so. I
Cool.
know a ton of so I originally downloaded it and was using the free version, but you just don't get the same kind of value, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was using the free version, and then the more and more I saw other creators who were super successful talking about it, I was like, okay, I just got to do it. And so once I subscribed, and now I use it regularly if I want to, trending sounds, this, that, and it's great. It's awesome. So I would recommend it for sure.
Nice. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people in our community use that, and I think
Yeah.
it's probably the best. I've downloaded most of them, tried them a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What I'm curious for, for people who are coming into our industry, people who are thinking about starting their first TikTok, people who are just about to hit post on their first TikTok, what advice do you have to give them, both from like a strategic standpoint, like of actual posting, and then also from a mindset standpoint of like, I'm nervous, I feel like a little bit overwhelmed as I'm about to hit post. Like, what would you give advice to those people on in those two categories?
So, okay, for the technical side, definitely follow, I mean, there, just like we were talking about, there's certain strategies that you can use that will help no matter what. So that is incorporating a mix of hashtags, right? Some bigger ones, some smaller ones, but make sure they are relevant to your niche, because you want to make sure that your content is getting pushed out to the right people.
And by bigger hashtags and smaller hashtags, let's break this down. So you mean
Yes.
hashtags that have a ton of views,
Yes.
millions
So,
or billions, and then
yeah,
smaller that have how many?
like hundreds of thousands.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Cool.
mean, I just started actually the other day. I'm doing a little bit of a test right now. I started a new hashtag and I've been using it to post, and so far I'm the only one who's used it, but that's a little test that I'm doing right now. But yes, exactly. Ones with millions, ones with hundreds of thousands.
Cool.
And, make sure you try and mix that up a little bit. And, also trending sounds, that's a huge one.
Yep.
But really, I feel like the most important part, because we're all about mental health, right? Like we gotta, like, that's a huge part of social media, whether we want to admit it or not, right?
Yep.
When I first posted my first video, literally every 10 minutes, opening it, checking it, views, who's like, like I was so like, exactly, like all day, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, probably not even for my first video, for the first, like, because I started right off the bat posting 2 videos every day.
Yep.
So for the first probably week, it took me a minute, and it's going to take you a minute to kind of get used to having to like reel it in and be like, okay, not everyone's going to be a banger, right? Like
Right.
it's right. So I think just, and this is what I think I saw. I have this thing lately where I always get messages that I need to hear at the right time, So I think it was like a week into my content creation journey, and I had reread something that I wrote down while doing the course. And
Okay.
I think that it sums it up perfectly. And it's that just focus on creating value. If you're creating value and not focusing on how many leads can I get, how much money can I make, that is ultimately what's going to help your videos do better in the long run. And that, going
Yep.
along with that will ease your mind a little bit. And, you'll know that if you are giving that value, I personally believe it's just a numbers game. And at some point, if you're being consistent, you're creating value, it's going to happen, like, and I don't know if that's just me being, and I actually posted a video about this the other day. Like, I feel like one of the reasons I have been so successful as quickly as I have been is because I'm a little delusional like that. Like I think, and I'm at the back of my mind, no matter what, I'm like, well, it's going to work out. It's going to happen. It's just that's the only question. Right. So that's what works for me personally. And maybe that could work for someone else too. I don't know. But I feel like a huge part of it for me is managing the expectations and just focusing on really creating a community that you are showing how to do something and teaching them, what you wish you would have known when you were them, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, that last piece is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Telling them what you wish you would have known. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I wanted to also, that part about just focus on giving value, so important. Oh, yeah. It's the value word is like such an interesting thing, because there's also marketers out there and people out there in this community who are like, for instance, if you post a video about, how to make money online working from Apple, or, make money typing or something. Like, people are like, well, you're not actually giving real value. But the trick of the value in this industry, if you're in the make money online industry or something, is mostly helping people realize that, oh my gosh, it's about opening the mind. It's about opening, like, wow, you mean to tell me that there's an approachable way that I could make some money online, or that there's an approachable way that I could train my dog, or there's an approachable way that I could lose weight, or there's an approachable way that I could, insert whatever change in their life they're trying to get, that I could find a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. And I just think that that's a really key piece is marketing is just opening somebody's mind, sparking some curiosity. People overthink sometimes the content that they put out.
Yes.
You should make the goal of your content. The goal of marketing content online should be a lot lower actually than what people make it out to be. They try to sell the entire experience. It's sort of like,
Yes.
yeah, it's Dave always says, sort of like trying to hit a home run on the first date in the first
I
10
like
minutes.
that. So
You know,
true.
it's like, hello, we just freaking met. Like,
Yeah.
let's just have dinner and
Yeah.
like chat for a second. Like, lower the bar, lower the standard. And what I mean by that is just your goal should only be to open people's mind in your content. You
Yeah.
don't need to give away every single video doesn't have to be the world's best piece of content. It just
Yes.
doesn't. And it doesn't have to teach absolutely everything inside of it. In fact, you can just teach one little thing that the goal is like, wow, I've never thought about life like that. That can be the goal of your content. And then later on in the funnel and later on, the affiliate product itself can do all of the work of selling and actually teaching and educating to the deepest level. But people generally don't like starting in that place. Our brains aren't wired to start in that place and go head first, deep dive. We always have that starting point. And then as we learn and grow, sometimes we forget what that starting point was like. And that was your point was, hey, teach yourself what you wish you would have known. So you've got to go back to, this is a thing that we do, you know, in the business plan class on day 5 in the challenge, where we talk through like niche selection and who is your ideal avatar. Your ideal avatar is, you know, usually if you've bought a course or you've had a transformation with dog training or something, it's that particular person before they discovered, oh my God, like I can have a different life. You know what I mean?
Yes. I could not have said that better myself. It is. And you know what? I think that's one of the things that I kind of got lost in a little bit when I first started, because when I started, I was like, okay, I'm going to model my page after all the other people who promote Legendary. I'm going to talk about different side hustles, you know, but at a certain point I was like, okay, how do I convey to people that, because I was getting a lot of comments asking specifically about these side hustles, right? And then I was starting to kind of realize, okay, but this is not the point. The point is not for you to get, you know, I'm just trying to show, and I was like, should I make a video explaining that like, this page isn't for you to do every single one of these side hustles that I'm telling you about. You know what I mean? Like, if anything,
Right.
you know, try something new that works for you. And then with that, more recently, I'm like, you know what? I need to focus more on affiliate marketing here. So I'm kind of revamping my strategy a little bit. I don't think going forward, unless it's something like really, you know, good that I want to let everyone know about, I'm going to focus more, I think, on, you know, financial mindset, affiliate marketing. And just like you said, trying to open people's minds to the possibility, because just like you said, I had no idea. Like I had no idea. I really knew nothing. I was such a beginner, right? And that's the beauty of TikTok, is like you're catering to a bunch of different people who are in a bunch of different areas in their journey, right? So it's like we need to always be nurturing the people who are beginners, but also the people who know a little bit about it but want to know more, and then also the people who know a ton about it and they've started and they want tips, you know? So it's like it's like so many moving parts all the time. And I mean, unless you've been in marketing, or I don't even know if there's anything else like this that could give you the experience that you need. You know what I mean? Like, this is kind of unprecedented, right? So it's really just all about learning as you go, right? Like, that's what it comes down to, kind of, right?
Oh, totally. And that's like why, yes. That's why when I get the question a lot of times, I get the question, in fact, I have one sitting in my email right now that says, hey, I just need this. I need the exact steps. What today is my step 1? What today is my step 2? What today is my step 3? And it's a valid question because of how we're taught to learn. But my response to people these days is more of like, hey, you're now at the point where you've got the business model. You've got the entire marketing strategy. You've got tons of ideas about how to do this. Now you have to go out and you have to cut your teeth and you've got to get in the game.
Yeah.
And whether that's starting to place ads or whether starting to create content, but you've got to decide exactly what you're going to promote. And then you've got to go out and actually make it happen, because you've got everything that you need, but there's no replacement for that little period of time where you have to figure it out. And what I've learned through, I mean, I've owned probably like 4 different businesses. And then also my wife owns a business right now and she's doing really well. What I've learned is like, yes, you can have a business plan. Yes, you can have that set in place. Yes, you can have all of that stuff ready and in place. But the moment that the business starts, it's a free for all.
Yeah.
It's a you've got problems you never thought you were going to have, and you've absolutely got to figure out those problems for yourself. You've got to be innovative, you've got to be an engineer, and you've got to be able to figure it out. And the cool part is that feels overwhelming to most people, but the cool part is that you've actually, if you look back on life, you've actually figured it out your entire life.
Totally.
Your whole life is just you figuring it out over and over and over again. And if you look at this business or any online business that you're going to start through the lens of you figured it out, you've already figured it out. All you've done your whole life is figure out life. Now it's just time to do it in this arena. That's everything for people. For me, and even for me, it's comforting. But for everybody who's getting started out there, who's watching this, that should be the most comforting thing ever, because your whole life you've been successful at one thing, figuring it out.
Yeah, that's huge. Like, and you're right. That I think that might be one of the most like frequently asked questions in my DMs is like, okay, I've done the challenge. I'm ready to go. Now what? You know, and and I also get a lot of people, how do I promote my affiliate link? And I was actually thinking about this morning. I'm like, do I make a video explaining that like this TikTok account is an example of how to promote an affiliate link? You know what I mean? Like, I am an affiliate, you know, for this course that taught me all these amazing things. And that's why I'm here.
Yeah, totally.
You know, and it's like, and that's one of the things that kind of makes me realize that like there's still like there are people who are, and a lot of the time it's people who follow me, you know, they've been following me for maybe a month, whatever, but they still, you know, they still need to be kind of explained to, and they need to learn more and understand more. And that's why, you know, they're following me, but they probably have, if they're asking those questions, they might not have done the course yet, you know, because, and that's, I always just refer people to the course, you know, take the course. And then if you still have questions, then come and then we'll chat. And then, you know, we could brainstorm. And that's one of the biggest things, right? I love connecting with people over DMs, chatting with them about like possibilities and brainstorming ideas. And, you know, because that's like a huge part of this. Like, I love the community. I love the connection with the people, right? Like I'm here to help. That's the mission statement that I always have to, in my mind, go back to, right? Like, I am here to help. And that is ultimately what is going to propel my success, I personally think.
Totally. It is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Dang. This is powerful. This is good stuff.
This is good stuff.
You know what I feel like I love most about our interview today is I just feel like it's obvious. Before you said something, you said, you know, this is my favorite part about the online business thing is sort of creating the content. Yeah. And it's obvious to me why now, because I feel like your energy and your ability to sort of communicate clearly is really unmatched. It's really powerful.
Thank you.
So keep going in the content world, because that's something I feel like it takes people a long time to find their voice and sort of find how to do that clearly. And you are absolutely just doing that in such a powerful way, and it shows. I mean, You've got so much traction on TikTok and social media. You've got so many leads and sales pouring in. You're just doing a really good job. Any final words for people who are just getting started with Legendary, who are just figuring out how to start creating content, who are thinking about getting started but are a little bit still on the fence?
Honestly, I feel like my best advice, which is exactly what I ended up doing in the end, was just starting. You know, like I think it might have even been you who said this in one of the Wake Up Legendary lives, but you're never going to learn watching from the sidelines. You know, you're never going to get better watching from the sidelines. You've got to get in the game. And you know what? If you start posting and, you know, and like the other thing is that we get so impatient, right? Like it's like, you know, a week goes by and it's like, well, I'm posting 2 videos every day for 7 days. That's 14 videos. You know, why isn't anything happening? But at the end of the day, give it a month, give it 2 months, you know, and if things really aren't still happening, then, okay, maybe it's time to take a step back and figure it out. But, you know, you're never going to figure it out if you don't start. So just start, just start. What's the worst that could happen, you know?
Oh, good question.
Yeah.
Good question. What's the worst that could happen? I love
it. Thank you so much, Matt.
Oh, thanks for coming on. This was great. Thank you. This was inspirational to me. So I got more out of this than probably everybody here. I felt like I was like, damn, every time it was just a gold nugget after gold nugget. Thank you so much, Jill.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Have a good day today.
You too. Hey, guys, you can follow Jill. So her handle for TikTok and Instagram is on the screen right now. So just go give her a follow. And what I always tell people is, look, when people are on this show and we put up their social media handles, the goal is that you follow, that you attend their lives, that you hop on their videos and like them and comment them and say, hey, Jill, hope you're doing well. Hey, Jill, I saw you on Wake Up Legendary. Make sure that you are dialed into her channel and give more than you receive out there, right? It's a sort of called business karma. Give more than you receive, and typically that'll come back to you in some form. But mostly give without the expectation of it coming back to you, or without strings attached that it comes back to you. Give a lot of likes, give a lot of comments. Tell Jill what was your favorite part about today's show. We'll be back here tomorrow. Dave's back tomorrow, Thursday, same time, same place, 10 a.m. Eastern for Wake Up Legendary. Peace out, everybody. See ya. Have a good rest of your Wednesday.